Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good to see you all. You okay, Darby? All right. One, two.
Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered around this table, from far and near we travel home, blessed that we are able, grateful for this sheltered place, with light in every window, saying welcome, welcome, share this feast, come in away from sorrow. Father, mother, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone, in the gift of loving kindness. Grateful for what's understood and all that is forgiven. we try so hard to be good, to lead a life worth living. Father, mother, daughter, son, neighbor, friend, and friendless, all together, everyone. Let grateful days be endless. Grateful for each hand we hold, gathered around this table. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Happy early Turkey Day. Or for those who don't eat turkey, ham? Or if you don't eat ham, sweet potato? I'm sure it's all going to be great. Good to see you all. Let's get it started this morning. Standing outside the door, love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place there for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Well, the door's unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. You'll find the place of rest in the arms of spirit. God's waited so long for your homecoming day. God knows the peace you seek and the hurt you're feeling. Spirit wants to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Well, the Father waits with open arms. God is calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Well, there's room enough in the house of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, yes, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, yes, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, yes, come on in.
Thank you, James. Here we go. I bet y'all heard what I said already, right? What did I say? Good morning. Yeah, right. Okay, good morning, everyone. It's so great to have you here this morning. If you are here for the first time and haven't met me yet, I'm Bev Spivey. It's my joy to minister here with my husband, Reverend Lawrence Palmer. And we welcome everybody here today. Those who are on Facebook Live and live stream, welcome. Those of you who haven't utilized that, it's unitypompanobeach.org. So hello to all of you, and you are our spiritual community as well. So relax with us this morning as we start into this day. For us is a celebration of our bountiful banquet, which we have done. We missed last year, and so we felt it's a good time to start up Fellowship Hall again. So many of you signed up. We're going to be safe over there. We will be serving you. The board and Lawrence and I will be serving you. So we ask that those of you who signed up to go through the breezeway door and go into Fellowship Hall and take a seat. since we'll be serving you, we don't want a mad rush at the table. Those of you who have been here for a while, you know what can happen over there. We have a food stampede. So come on in and sit down. Now, I know that we have plenty of food. We always do. So if you are here and happen to be vaccinated fully and have also, or if you have received a negative COVID test in the last 2 days, you are welcome to join us as well. Because we're eating indoors and obviously will not eat through the mask, we want to maintain all the CDC safety protocols. And I know you're here without food and you're like, well, but I didn't bring anything. We will always take a donation. So consider staying for our bountiful banquet. It will be immediately following the service. The other thing that started today is our power hour. We've been on hiatus for a while, trying to figure out just how to do power hour. It's our hour before the service, starting at 9:15 now. We changed the time a little bit so some of you on Zoom have a chance to get here to the service. It's going to be by Zoom. It was today. Our licensed teacher, Cynthia, started us out. Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you, Cynthia.
And I'll tell you how dedicated she is. She's going to be traveling for Thanksgiving to the Midwest. She will still do Zoom next Sunday morning at 9:15. And then the following week, we're going to be in Fellowship Hall with Power Hour using a hybrid system, keeping fingers crossed, so that those of you who look online can also find it. So you can find information about Power Hour on our website. And let's see what else. Oh, my goodness. Do you know that next week starts Advent? Next week's Sunday, actually, I don't know whether it's Saturday or Sunday when Hanukkah begins at sundown, I believe on Sunday. So it is the holiday season. So next Sunday when you come in, we will be ready for Christmas. We will be ready for Advent. If some of you can come on Saturday morning and help us decorate. We have a tree to put up, we have ornaments, we have garlands. So depending on the number of people, we will be fully decked out or somewhat decked out. But if you're in town, Saturday at 10 o'clock. And the more hands we have to do it, the quicker we will be. But we have such a good time. We've done that for years as well. So Saturday at 10 o'clock is decorating for Christmas. And we will have our usual Christmas Eve, 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and burning bowl service for New Year's Eve at 7 p.m. right here in the sanctuary, as always, wearing a mask, of course. But we want to be ready for the holidays and starting the new year with the joy that we feel in gathering together. You know, there are lots of places you can attend services. Certainly in our area, there are many choices. But we know that we have such a warm, loving, welcoming congregation who practices the principles, and we would love very much for those who haven't experienced it to come on out and do that, and those who are our so-called regulars that make that warmth and welcome. We look forward to seeing you as well. So come on out for every service now, for Advent and for the holidays, and we will work our way through the COVID restrictions. And we see those numbers falling and more people getting vaccinated and making all of us safer. So our annual theme has been how to stay centered no matter what. We're doing that by focusing 1 month on every power that each person has. We call them the 12 powers. If you are unfamiliar with Unity, you can find information about that through unity.org and through our website. But this month, it's the power of release in the month of November. And we know that as we focus on release and the other powers, we're getting more and more centered and how to stay centered no matter what. So the affirmation for release: whatever I release will bless me. Whatever I release will bless me. Ponder that one. The daily word for today is grace. Grace is my constant blessing. I discover grace all around me when I open my eyes, my mind, and my heart to its presence. Grace reminds me that God's love is active everywhere and at every moment. Grace can be as quiet as a whisper. It's in the love I hear in the voice of someone dear, and in the warmth and tenderness of a comforting touch. Grace is in the heartfelt welcome I receive when invited into a friend's home. It's the bliss I feel when I know I truly belong. God is the heart of all grace, as goodness and kindness in action, always mine to receive and give in kind. My growing awareness inspires me to share this activity of God generously by calling it into expression. And the scripture verse is from Acts 20:32. And now I commend you to God and to the message of his grace, a message that is able to build you up and give you the inheritance among all who are sanctified. And so let us now prepare for a time of meditation.
I am in peace, I am in peace, I am one with the Spirit. I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will. I am in peace, I am in peace, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. I am peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will. I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. And I dwell in the presence of the Lord.
I invite you now, wherever it is that you may be, to join together in a time of stillness. And I invite you to use your imagination this morning. Imagine that you are in a place that you would consider to be your favorite place. Imagine it is your favorite day of the week. It is your favorite time of the day. There's incense or candles burning with your favorite aroma. And there are several people there who you would consider to be your favorite people. And this wonder is all around you. You're surrounded by all the things that are your favorites. And then also imagine the presence of Spirit there with you, knowing that you are Spirit's favorite. So allow yourself to be filled with joy, filled with celebration, and immersed in this light and love and presence of Spirit. Yes, there are things that challenge you in the world. There are things in your heart and mind that trouble you. Let those things be, and allow the presence of Spirit to overshadow all of that. Allow the presence of all of your favorite things to call for your attention. And so for just a little while of stillness, I invite you to be saturated in this marvelous scene. Allow yourself to soak in all these favorite things, and allow yourself to be loved by that presence of Spirit in the stillness together. And now as you prepare to move your awareness to your space and your time, you know that even an instant during which your awareness is immersed in that deep of your heart, that healing and transformation take place. And you know that you can bring with you into your mind, your heart, your body, the essence of this experience this morning. And in this coming week, as you choose to, you can recall this experience and be blessed all over again. So with a deep sense of gratitude for this experience, I invite you to take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment. Exhale slowly through your mouth. And when you're ready, open your eyes as we sing together, Alleluia.
Alleluia. Alleluia.
This time I've got to trust you. I've got to accept your plan. I have tried to guide my circumstance, but there's just no way I can. When will I learn this lesson? Your ways are not like mine. Lord, help me to surrender the control I try to have on my life. When I let it go, you take my hand and gently lead me just how peaceful my life can be when I let it go. Your never-ending blessing like a river starts to flow when I let it go. Too many times I'm searching for the things I think I need. When I try to look for more, I always seem to give you less of me. Lord, help me gain this wisdom. My foolish mind still lacks till I find a way to let go of the part of me I'm holding back. When I let it go, take my hand and gently lead me, then you let me know just how peaceful my life can be when I let it go. Your never-ending blessings like a river starts to flow when I let it go. You take my hand and you gently lead me, then you let me know just how peaceful my life can be when I let it go. Your never-ending blessings like a river starts to flow when I let it go. You take me by the hand and lead me, then you let me know just how peaceful my life can be when I let it go. Never-ending blessings like a river starts to flow when I let it go. Ooh, when I let it go. Yes, when I let it go.
Well, it's so delightful to be here with you as we have a prelude to Thanksgiving Day. I'm sure that you all have another celebration planned, but we're going to share a wonderful time today. Our Bountiful Banquet is going to be wonderful. It's been a while since we've been able to do that, and it's going to feel really good to get back together again with that kind of fellowship going on. And you know, since we talked about Turkey Day, it would not be right to let it go without having at least one story about turkey. What? Well, just tell me, where does the turkey go to dance? The butterball. Yeah. Don't groan if you're going to repeat it. All right? Just one more, okay? Just one. Why can't you bring a turkey to church? They use foul language. One more? No. That's enough. As Bev mentioned, the emphasis during this month is our spiritual quality of release. And as you study metaphysics, you may find that you see release being substituted with elimination, or renunciation is another word that's often used, but release is kind of the easiest one to use. And in the context of this experience of releasing, we're looking at this phrase that we often use, let go and let God, and digging down a little deeper in what that really means for us. I shared with you 2 weeks ago about letting go. And that experience of letting go can range from realizing that you have some thought, feeling, memory, or action, or even a person in your life that you really need to let go of. A pair of old shoes that were favorites, but they're worn out now, it's time to let them go. There are a lot of things in our lives that come up where it's time to let it go. There's also times when we need to let go of our responsibility or taking responsibility for all the things around us and trying to make things happen. Sometimes we reach a point where we've done all we can, and it's time to let go of that. So we talked all about that. And the second step in that process of letting go is letting God. Some of those things that we release, we can't seem to change. We can't seem to do what we want to do with them. And that's when we turn and ask Spirit to be involved. Let Spirit also be involved. And we hold tightly to that promise that in all things, Spirit is working for our good. So we can, with great confidence and great certainty, be able to let God, let Spirit be moving in these situations that we've released that we really can't do anything about. Well, I've used that myself, let go and let God, many times, and I suspect you have. You've heard other people have, and it works sometimes. What about when it doesn't work? What about when you let go and you let God, you're trusting God to take care of things and move in all the events that are going on in your life, but still you'd really like to know when that's going to happen and how that's going to happen? Well, I think there's another step in letting go and letting God, and that is to let be. To let something be. To be able to be at peace wherever you are. If things play out like you want them to, ideally, that's great. You can celebrate that. But if they don't, being able to come to a place of peace within yourself is really important. Because things, for reasons we don't even begin to understand yet, don't always work out for us. How many of you have ever prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and it didn't seem like it did a bit of good? We've all been there. What do you do during those times? We learn to let be. We learn to be at peace, even though those things are not like we want them to be, not like we think they should be. We let go of something, we let God, and seemingly nothing happens. We need to be able to come to a place where we can say, that's okay. I'm here right now. Spirit is my source and my guide, and I'll deal with whatever's out there. But to be able to do that, we need that place within us, that source of strength, that overflowing presence of peace that is within us. That's what letting be is all about. Now, when we decide we're going to let God, we let go and we let God, sometimes God uses ways and means that are beyond us, that we don't really understand, and maybe don't even like very much. Suppose you've got a situation, there's a relationship you want to change in your life, and you really want to get this person out of your life completely. So you do everything you can, you let go of it, then you let God and say, God, I'm turning this over to you, Spirit, work in this thing, make it work. Well, what you want to see happening is Spirit working things so that person goes away. What if, the way Spirit works things, that person gets closer? Let it be. Let it be. What about the other way around? What if there's somebody you want to be closer? And when you turn it over to Spirit and say, I will let Spirit move and work here, and then that person disappears. That happens too. Let it be. Be at peace. If you have truly done all that you can, and you have truly released that, and you've given that to Spirit to do the work, then whatever happens, we can be at a place to say, okay. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be happy about it. You can still pout a little bit, but still let it be. Not fret a lot about it. Not blame God. Not feel like you've been abandoned and that God doesn't care and God's not blessing you at all. Let it be. Let it be. Another thing about the way Spirit works is that the time is not always the same. Like, have any of you ever been like the gentleman who prayed and said, Dear Lord, give me patience now? That happens sometimes. And when we give it to Spirit and say, Spirit, you work, I know that in all things, Spirit is working for my good, so the time factor is in your hands, and I'll let it be. But sometimes things happen slowly. And remember that it's not just you and Spirit. There are a whole lot of other people in the world, and there are a whole lot of other people that are connected with your energy field. And what goes in their life affects yours, and what goes in your life affects theirs. So there may be 14 different moves Spirit needs to make to settle this thing that you gave to Spirit. And it may take human time to do that. So it's important that we're able to say, let it be. Let it be. And it may go the other way as well. It may be that there's something that we want to change, but not right now. And Spirit says, okay, like this, huh? Sometimes it works that way. Sometimes it happens very, very quickly. There's a story about a preacher one Sunday morning preaching away about heaven. And he's talking about streets of gold and gates of pearl and inlays of precious stones everywhere and angels walking around. Saying, how many of you want to go to heaven? Everybody in the room raised their hand except one old man back in the back. And the preacher said, sir, I see you haven't raised your hand. You don't want to go to heaven? He said, yeah, I want to go, but I thought you were getting up a busload to go tonight. So sometimes things we don't want to happen right now tend to do that when Spirit is at work. And it's important that we're able to get to the place where we say, see, when I do this, that means you say something back, right? So we're going to say, let it be. So you get to that place where you're able to say, let it be. Oh, you learn so quickly. So do you get the idea that this matter of letting be, of being able to be in a place of peace no matter what the outer situation is fairly important for us? It can make a world of difference in the quality of our life. It can make a world of difference in how we function in the world, how we show up in the world, and the things that we do and the things that we think about. Let it be. Give up that idea of judging right and wrong. Let it be. Give up the idea about whether you deserve it or not. Let it be. Because we have good things that people think I don't deserve this, and we have bad things that people think I don't deserve this. That has nothing to do with it. In all things, Spirit is working for my good. What we consider good or bad is irrelevant. Spirit is working in every one of those situations. Therefore, I can let it be. There is such power in that. It's so simple. But it's amazing the difference that it can make. Have you ever seen anybody who's like that, who can walk into the middle of some kind of crazy situation and somehow just be at peace and be present there and just affects everything that it is around? I want to be that person as much as I can. Have you also seen people who walk into a perfectly calm room and all of a sudden there's chaos? Yeah. You've seen that, right? Don't be pointing fingers at anybody now. But it is important that we're able to be at peace and to let things be. It makes a world of difference for us. So we have this process of let go, releasing those things that don't serve us anymore, or things that we have done everything that we can do about it. We let go. We let God. We turn over to Spirit, the outcome of this. I've done my part. Now it's Spirit's turn to do Spirit's part. And it may take a while, and it may happen in some kind of strange way, but what we're going to do after let go and let God is to let be. Yes. So remember that this coming week when things come up for you. Now, there's one other really important thing about this little formula that we have of let God, or let go, let God, and let be. And that is, it is a continuous process. This is not something you do one time and you're done. You know, so many times people have come into my office for counseling and said, I thought I was done with this. I thought I'd handle this. I thought I'd let this go. But here it is again. Now, whether that person didn't let it go in the first place or not is not really the point. It's the fact that he or she is facing this again. So it may be that at the level you were 2 months ago, you did let it go. And you did let Spirit work. But now you are in a different place and you see it differently. So you find something else in your life that you need to let go. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you haven't done a good job. It means life is going on. And this process of let go, let God, and let be is a continuous process. And thank goodness for that. Because when things come up in my life, I know what to do. I know where to go. I know how to make this work. I know what to do in here and what to do out there. Let go, let God, let be. And every time it comes up, we get a little better at it. Think about this. I don't know how many of you have thought about this before, but you have a ritual every time you get in your car. And if you'll watch yourself, I bet 99 times out of 100, the ritual that you go through is exactly the same every time you get in the car. For me, I get in my truck and I put my seatbelt on. I put the steering wheel down. I crank the truck. I turn the lights on, check the mirrors, and I'm ready to go. And I found if anything interrupts that process, I have to start all over again because it just feels weird, right? But you do that. You don't think about it. How many of you, when you were coming to church this morning, got to your car and said, now I'm going to open the door? And now I'm going to sit down in the seat. And now I'm going to put the key in the switch. And now, you didn't do that. You just did it. And when you started driving, if any of you ever took driver's education, put your foot on the brake pedal before you turn the key, and check your blinkers, check your mirror, all those kind of things. Yes, you were given a checklist. But after a while, that checklist becomes routine. You get used to it, it becomes a ritual. And you don't even think about it anymore, and it works. Well, guess what? Let go, let God, and let be can become like that as well. When you realize you have something in your mind or in your heart or showing up in your life that you don't need anymore, it doesn't serve you anymore, you don't have to stop thinking, now what am I going to do about this? What is the first step in dealing with this thing? You know immediately what it is. Let it go and turn it over to Spirit and let it be. And it begins to happen. We are such marvelous creatures. We can learn. We don't have to do the same thing over and over and over again. We don't have to. Sometimes we find ourselves doing that, but it's not necessary. And we can learn and we can grow and we can make things like this little process something that works for us, and it works easily. It doesn't have to be hard. We don't have to scratch our heads and flounder around wondering, what in the world am I going to do? We know what to do. Let go, let God, let be. And it becomes a process for you, a ritual for you that just happens naturally. Now, were it so all the time. Sometimes it is challenging. Sometimes there is something that you need to let go of, but you can't seem to get your fingers away from it. And you have to work at that, certainly. But you know what to do, even though it might be difficult, even though it might be challenging, even though it might be painful. Because letting go is not always fun. It's difficult sometimes, even when you're doing the right thing. But you know what to do. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to learn something new. Let go. Let God. Let be. It works. It's powerful. Practice, practice, practice. Let go. Let God. Let be. Let go. Let God. Let be. God bless you.
Well, as we start into the holidays, it's a wonderful time to get this in our hearts and in our minds of letting go, letting God, and letting be. As people around us may want to increase the stress, even if it's happy stress of shopping and decorating, and I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. So we relax into this teaching of today of letting go, letting God, and letting be. I realize I forgot to introduce our musicians this morning. I got off track, My little routine was interrupted. We appreciate professional music here. That may be a reason that you can invite someone to come to the service with you. There's a lot of places that you can get progressive, new thought teachings, but they tend to have amateurs or just one musician per Sunday. Not here. We have a full band for you, and they stay on key. So, James McCoy, our music director.
Thank you. Thank you. And we do want to say thank you to all of you, because we were able to stay here with live streaming through the entire pandemic. So that's an achievement too.
It is.
And we appreciate it. We do. We have Mr. Peter Wallace once again on the piano with us. Mr. Orlando Machado at the drum sets. Our featured soloist is, of course, Samantha Natalie Wallace.
And as we begin today, you see Cynthia and Phil are here to take your offering. We also have a plate at the back and giving envelopes. If you just have cash and you want to put it in an envelope and identify your name and your contact information, then we'll get you in our database to send our Happenings newsletter every week. So we thank you for everything you are giving and plan to give, whether it's weekly, monthly, sporadically. We appreciate each and every one of you. So let's hold our gifts today. Those of you who are new, you'll get to hear this offering blessing. I think, Nancy, if we've been using it 3 years maybe, many of us have memorized it, and you can substitute all sorts of words here, but it's good. Good is mine. With a grateful heart, we acknowledge God as source of all that is. Today, we let go of any concern of lack, and we allow good to unfold in our lives. Good is ours. Good and more good is ours. And ever-increasing good is ours. Everywhere we go, we see this good. We feel it. We experience it. We freely give it. And it multiplies itself around us. And so it is.
So we got the song from Karen Drucker, just so you know. Maybe some of you have heard her name. We got the song from her. And you're going to hear this chorus so much, I know you're going to want to sing along. So feel free to sing along. The words are so easy. All right. 1, 2, 3.
I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything that I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust the process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go, I have all that I ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well. Oh, I release, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, I am well. All is well, I am well.
All right, you should all be relaxed now and ready to let the digestive juices entertain the bountiful banquet. Again, if you have not signed up and brought a dish to share today, you are still welcome. But we do ask that only those who are vaccinated or have had a negative COVID test in the last 2 days. We'll keep our masks on until we're actually sitting and eating. So make your way over there when we close, but sit down, please, and wait till we get all in position. We're going to serve you. So let's stand now. And those of you at home, we hope that you have something, peanut butter and jelly or something for lunch. All right, let's bless each other with Unity's prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Now, with every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
God bless you, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see you at the Bountiful Banquet.
Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling. Blessings are falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Blessings are falling.